Hello. Good morning, Saturday. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. It is spring. Oh my goodness, my kid's game is super loud. I'm just getting set up here to do this yes-no intuitive exercise to help you tune in and hone your intuition and start recognizing what feels really true for you so that you can make confident decisions and make commitments that feel good instead of feeling regret, resentment, flaking out because you commit to something you don't really want to do, and just starting to build a life that's full of what you want, that's following your own direction toward the goals and dreams that you have. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this exercise and what it's for and what it can do for you. And then I'm also going to read some of the prompts aloud. If you're here and you're watching, say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I am here to answer those questions and help you get some personal attention here so you can start your journey toward being confident and clear and loving your life. So, I guess we'll get started. Let me get this going. I want to be able to see your comments. Okay, so I'm set up. I want to make sure I can answer your questions if you come on here live. If you're watching the replay later on when this isn't live, feel free to jump in with any questions or anything you have that you want assistance with or you feel like you need clarity on. I really am here to help. I'm here to serve you. So get in there. So this is a really simple exercise where you kind of just ask yourself questions. You make simple little decisions while really intentionally tuning into your intuition and your body and your mind and your emotions and really getting to feel how it feels inside so that when you are out there in the world, in your everyday life, it's a lot easier to just tap into that and know what's the right choice for you in any given moment. Because, what's right for any person in any moment is constantly fluctuating. What you want now is going to be different than what you want in a moment. Sometimes, not everything. Some things you want deeply for a long time. Some things you want, more fickly. They don't stick around as long. So I think it's really important to learn to tap into your intuition because it helps you make confident decisions. It means you're going to feel less regret and remorse because you're going to make decisions that are aligned with yourself, with your truth, with who you are and what you want out of life. And you're not going to end up in as many situations where you're thinking, God, why did I do this? This is not feeling good. This is not serving me. And then in the long run, it's going to help you set boundaries that are healthy. It's going to help you develop deeper, more meaningful relationships with the people in your life so that you can be more true to yourself and find more intimacy in those relationships, whatever they are, family, friends, lovers. Being true to yourself is key to intimacy. So this is going to help you in all aspects of your life. If you can learn to tune into your intuition and give honest answers. It's kind of, obviously this is a tool to help you learn to recognize your intuition, and it's just the basics here. So this is one of the tools that's going to be included in my Foundational Pleasure intensive that I'm launching later today. You will get a special discount for being a member of this group, so check that out. It's going to be $33 off the initial price of $99, which makes it only $66, which is a great deal. There's a lot of value here. This is going to be one of the tools you'll have in that intensive, along with an inner sanctuary visualization, pleasure invocation ritual, some journal prompts, a monthly pleasure tracker, and then you also get 2 coaching Zoom sessions with me, personal one-on-one sessions, and a personal tarot reading emailed to you with an affirmation based on the tarot reading. So it's a really great deal, even at $99, and for $33 off and $66, you are just gonna love what you get for that price. So check it out if you're interested, if it feels like this could be helpful for you to start tapping into your intuition and learning your pleasure and your desires so that you can call more of that in and have a life that you love, full of all the things that make you happy and joyful. And this is a really important tool, I think, because I know for me, like as a people pleaser, it's often easier for me to just like commit to things and say, yes, I'd love to do that, whatever people are asking. And then sometimes like later on, I'm thinking, God, I kind of wish I hadn't committed to that and I don't really want to do it. And I end up feeling shitty and flaking out and feeling like a flake and a loser who doesn't honor their commitments, or I feel resentful. I like show up to the commitment and I feel like, God, like this person is always asking too much of me. And really what's happening is that I'm giving too much of myself. So this is a way to take responsibility for yourself, for your energy and emotions, and just a way to kind of really get down to the nitty gritty with yourself and be honest with yourself so that you can be honest with other people. The key to recognizing your intuition is to pay attention to yourself really deeply and intimately. This means your body, your mind, your emotions. You have to kind of check in with the whole deal. You're going to learn to check in with your body and feel how it feels physically when you're making decisions, and also what your thoughts are doing, because those thoughts that just kind of run in the background, they tell us a lot about how we're feeling and what's true for us. And yeah, this is an exercise to help you learn what it feels like to pay that kind of deep, intimate attention to yourself and your desires, and honor that and really be true to yourself. So, you can do this with like really anything. I mean, like, what pen do I want to use today? Or what do I want to have for breakfast? Or do I want cream in my coffee or not? Really simple stuff. Like, just start with the simple stuff and do this intentionally. Say, okay, I'm going to do this practice. I'm going to practice my intuitive yes, no. I'm going to practice my sacred yes, no. Some people talk about a full body yes, or a hell yes, or a hell no, like in this way that like those are the only acceptable answers. And those are great feelings to be like, yes, hell yes, I know this is right for me, or hell no, I am confident that this is not the right thing for me and I'm ready to say, no, I don't want this. Those are really great and important feelings, and you'll learn about those feelings through this exercise too. But there's really a whole array of yeses and nos, intuitive feelings that are gonna come up. And so sometimes it's going to feel like a full body hell yes, fuck, this is what I want to do. Yeah, let's do it. Sometimes it's going to be like, oh God, I really want this, but admitting that to myself is scary, or making the commitment is scary. I'm not sure that I will be able to fulfill the commitment I'm making here. And so learning to recognize like what those little attachments to your yes and no are, so that you can kind of ask yourself, what is this? What am I feeling? And is it true, or is it, self-protection, which also sometimes looks like self-sabotage. So it's all about learning yourself, learning what's good for you, and just really like, just being true to yourself. That's what my work is all about, is learning to be true to yourself. So the questions that I've put together for this exercise, I just tried to do some things that are like, are you a cat person? So this is a question that's like often really polarizing. People think, are you a cat person or a dog person? Like, a lot of people like cats and dogs. So I like this one because it kind of gives you that chance to check in and be like, is this a hell yes? Or is this like a yes but? Or is this like a yes and? So are you a cat person? Are you a dog person? And so what I would do is kind of like sit down with a journal. Maybe you have one now. You can grab a pen and pencil just as I'm kind of asking these questions. If you don't have something to write down, just tune in, check in with yourself. Angela, yes, cat people. I'm kind of neither and kind of both. So that's a fun one for me. I am just a I am a person full of duality. So this has been like something I've had to learn because of my inherent duality. Like I can go either way on almost anything. So this has been something I've learned over my life to help me be like, okay, but what's really true right now? What do I want right now? So another one that I know people find really polarizing is, do you like cilantro? And this is going to be one where you like, it's probably going to have you bring you into your body a lot more, because you're going to be thinking about like whether or not you enjoy consuming something. So you're going to think about taste, you're going to think about texture, you're going to think about how it feels, smells, tastes. A lot of people don't like cilantro. They say it's a genetic thing, that it tastes like soap to people. Maybe it is a genetic thing. I guess I'm not a geneticist, but I also just think I used to not like cilantro, and I think it smells and tastes kind of soapy, but now I love it. So, you know, again, nothing in life is as black and white as we want to make it out to be. So let's get in there and figure out where our gray areas are, and where our unique ideas of what's yes and no are. So are you a cat person? Are you a dog person? Do you like cilantro? This one's a little less polarizing, not something you might think about all the time, but are you a fork or a spoon? Maybe you think of this question and you're like, think it means what you like to use. Are you a fork or a spoon person? You like to use a fork or a spoon. Maybe you think it means like, what do you identify with? Are you pokey and good for stabbing and picking up, or are you more like a slurping, fill your belly kind of like, I don't know, spoons feel a little more like horny. Yes, Angela's a fork, stabbing the shit out of life. Yes, do it, get it. Get that tomato on your fork and chow it down. So then I'm going to go into some other questions that are a little different. This is like, more about feeling what your yes and no are really feeling like for you on kind of a more foundational basis. So what color is yes? When you think about saying yes and feeling a yes, what color comes to mind? What color is no? This is just going to help you kind of dig into what those feelings and thoughts are like, and what yes and no really, the sensation of those, decisions, choices, answers, responses. What food is a yes and what food is a no for you? Are you talking about color being challenging, Angela, or food? Both are challenging for me. I'm so weird about food, and I'm like a total food person. And colors, I hate picking favorites. I'm not a favorite picker, because like I'm all about like, well, I don't know, depends on the moment. So this doesn't have to be about favorites, and it can be about right now. Color and food. Yeah, it's hard to pick both of them. I know I asked you that, and then I was like, well, both. Actually, I can't even really do this. But that's like, it's kind of about coming to right now. It is okay to say like, right now, purple is a yes for me. Right now, green is a no. And tomorrow, maybe you're going to love green. It's springtime. The grass is popping. Green is feeling good right now. And like I said, this is all about just kind of taking that intentional time to really dig into your intuition and start to feel it and get to know it. What season is a yes? What season is a no? I know a lot of people have a lot of favorite season. Like people are really into picking their favorite season. And so like, again, what is it right now? What is it in a long-term way? And just like kind of writing those out, checking both of those out, seeing how they feel different, seeing how that changes the way your energy is flowing in your body, the way your thoughts are playing out in your head. So yeah, just really getting in there. And then this is like the next level. We're going to go a little bit deeper now. So we were kind of like just asking those simple questions and seeing what that felt like. And then we were kind of trying to like get into describing a little bit more what yes and no are, the sensations are like for you. And now we're going to like really get in there. So where do you feel yes in your body? For me, when I feel yes, it's like kind of like coming up out of my heart and chest, my throat chakra, like just like emanating upward. It all kind of resides here. So for me, a yes kind of goes like, ooh, yeah, we want to do that. And for no, it's like it comes up from my belly and pelvis and tightens right in here. And so it all kind of revolves around this heart chakra because I'm very heart-centered, heart-led. So that's not surprising for me, but that's where mine feels. So like, where do you feel yes in your body? Where do you feel no in your body? Angela says heart and solar plexus. Yeah. I mean, those are really like, for me, and I think for a lot of people, those are kind of like your main intuition points, your solar plexus, your heart. Those are where you really, your gut and your heart is where you really feel your truth. Your head, honestly, I use my head more often than not as like a proof method. So like I'll feel my heart, my solar plexus, I'll feel the yes, no in this area, and then I'll kind of check in. And a lot of times what I do is like what my head is doing is usually kind of like going maybe against my intuition or trying to challenge my intuition might be a better way to put it. My brain is constantly trying to protect me, trying to be like, well, is this safe? Are you going to be vulnerable? Are you going to be hurt? And so making choices from that space is not going to lead you to your utmost joy and pleasure and happiness and confidence and clarity, because fear is a low base vibration emotion, and it's going to bring you into that space. And it's okay to be there sometimes. We're all going to feel those low vibration feelings in our lives, and it's really good to let yourself feel those and express them and move through them. But those aren't where we want to be making our decisions from. We really want to be making our decisions from this ground of this foundation of pleasure, this base of intuition and joy and truth and what's right for us and what's going to serve us, what's going to bring us toward our greatest potential, realizing our greatest potential. So where do you feel yes in your body? Where do you feel no in your body? This is really, when you get the hang of this, it's so handy. It's so useful. Because I can be like, oh, woo, that does not feel good. Okay, so I need to reconsider this. And then, like, I don't have to live in that space where my body is feeling all that physiological anxiety and stress and, like, hormonal imbalance from just getting all that stress hormones going. So this is really important to get to know this feeling and then to, like, really honor it. So another one, what does yes sound like? What does no sound like? You can use smell, like touch your body. What is a yes touch and what is a no touch? Like, and then just really like dig in. What does it sound like? What does it smell like? And try to pull this nebulous concept of intuition from the ether into your physical and present in the moment space so that you can just call it into there and stop seeing intuition as this distant thing that you can't quite reach, and really just let it be here with you in your day-to-day life. And then so the last questions I've got here are big ones, and these are going to be ones that I would recommend you really journal on and really think about. And so, what signifies an intuitive yes to you? And this is kind of like, we've just gone through this, right? We've just practiced this so that you can find the answer to this question. But I really want you to then, once you've done some practice with it, come back and say, okay, so what can I boil it down to? How can I find these kind of trigger words almost to be like, okay, this is an intuitive yes. I know that now. I don't have to doubt this because I know it's true. Because I know how it feels to know this truth. So what signifies an intuitive yes to you? What signifies an intuitive no to you? So that's the yes, no exercise. It's really pretty simple, and you could do it with any questions, decisions in your life. The key is to just, like I said, it's really about tapping in, tuning in, paying attention to yourself in that deep, intimate way. so that you can make decisions that feel like the right decision. Where you're not thinking, oh God, am I doing this right? I should have said yes. I said no, but I should have said yes. I wish I'd said yes to that. This will help you just do away with all of that regret, remorse, anxiety about decision making. As you learn to apply these techniques in your daily life, you're going to start feeling like you make decisions that are right. And you, whatever the outcome is, you won't regret it because you knew in the moment when you made it that it was the right choice in that moment. And whatever comes, comes, because that's life. Like, whether or not you're tuning into your intuition, some decisions are going to go the way you expect them to, and some aren't. And sometimes it's going to be uplifting and fulfilling and wonderful, and sometimes it's going to be really hard and disappointing, and it's going to feel like maybe you made the wrong choice. And it's not that I don't think I've made the wrong choice. Sometimes those thoughts occur to me. I just know that when the moment came, I made the right choice in that moment, and that's all you can do. And accepting that you're doing what you can is so important to loving yourself. So I really hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, check out my Foundational Pleasure intensive. I'm going to link in the comments to the sales page so you can check it out and learn more about what's included there. You can also direct message me or go on my website and use the contact form to send me an email. If you have anything you want to share with me or questions, whatever, like, this isn't just about sales. I really do want to help you. So hit me up, call on me. I am here for you. And yeah, if you think this could help, and you want to start building a life of pleasure and joy and ease with confidence and clarity, and tune into your pleasure and your intuition and start just loving the life that you're living, jump in here, grab my Foundational Pleasure. If you like it for $66, we can do more. If you don't, it's $66. And, I don't think you won't like it because it's pretty fucking amazing. And there's a lot of really valuable tools in it. And we're going to have our Zoom sessions. So whatever's not working for you, we can work that out and we can make it work for you. Everybody has their own way of finding pleasure, joy, and tapping into their intuition, and finding your own way to do that is really important. It's about authenticity. It's about unique, authentic truth and expression. That's what I'm all about. So thank you for joining me, Angela. I know you were in here. I know other people will watch this in the replay. I'm so grateful for you being in this group and being here with me and putting whatever effort you're putting into just being more true to yourself, being happier, being more authentic, and living